From the time that I was very young, even as a small boy, I remember having a lot of deep-seated fear about money. There was something about money that made me afraid and uncertain. After I got married and I started building a family, I began to ask God to send men into my life to teach me the truth about money that I did not know. That was when Ray Poteet and Nelson Nash came into my life, and I learned about the infinite banking concept. This podcast is about the love affair that I have been having with infinite banking since that time. Welcome to the Duryea Financial Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Thank you again so much for tuning in. As always, it is a pleasure and an honor to be here with you. Today, I'm going to be sharing a conversation that I had with my good friend Walker. It was just I just personally really enjoyed the conversation myself. And we were talking about how this book, Becoming Your Own Banker, is not a book about life insurance, but a book about the way that we think. It's a book about the way that we think, and it's a book about the way that we have been conditioned to think, not only for our whole lives, but generationally by our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, and going back a long way. It's about misnomers and misclassifications and the way that we think and how this affects our lifestyle and our outlook on everything. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this conversation as much as I did that I had with Walker, and great conversation about how to think like bankers. Enjoy. I really believe that the number one thing that gets people tripped up is that they think that this book is all about life insurance when it's not. It's all about a way of thinking. And so if I were to take everything that Nelson says in this book, which again is about how we think and how we're conditioned to think, and if I were to take all that and put it on one page, that's what I'm about to show you. Are you with me?
Yes.
So this book, how much does it say about life insurance on the cover?
0.
Okay, how much does it say about banking?
A lot.
Right. So this book is a book about how bankers think. Okay. And not only do they think differently from us, they think the opposite of us. So that's where we're going to go through. Are you with me?
Yep.
Okay. So if I were to take a bank, banking is an enterprise or a way of doing business. It's a business model. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. The business model starts when money comes in. This is called a deposit. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to say it's $100,000, could be any number, $100,000, and this is Walker's money. Are you with me?
Yep.
I'm going to say you found an amazing bank, and that bank is going to pay you 2%. Okay.
Okay.
Now, most people in their checking accounts making a lot less than that right now. Some people on savings accounts, money markets, a little bit more. But just for the purposes of illustration, I'm going to make it 2%. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this deposit, when it comes in, is it an asset or a liability to the bank?
That's a asset.
Okay, that's what I said the first time I saw this, but that's incorrect. Do you know why?
No.
Okay, the reason is because isn't the whole thing owed to you? Doesn't the bank owe the whole thing to you, principal and interest?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Okay, so if the only thing a bank ever did was take deposits, would they ever make money?
No.
Okay, so we're in agreement that it's actually a liability to the bank, the deposit.
Correct.
Now, is this deposit an asset or a liability to you?
Oh, that'd be an asset.
Yeah, the whole thing's owed to you. Correct. So when this money comes into the bank, are they going to let it sit or are they going to move it?
They're going to move it.
Yeah, they're going to find somebody that wants one of these. Now, have you ever gotten a mortgage?
Yes.
Was there a little bit of paperwork involved?
Yep.
And what does that paperwork really say if you boil it all down to one simple statement? It says, you owe the whole thing to us. Isn't that what all that paperwork says?
That's what it says.
Okay. Now, I'm going to assume that that's going to be 5%. Okay.
Okay.
Is this mortgage an asset or a liability to the bank?
Well, I think it'd be an asset.
Correct. The whole thing is owed to them, principal and interest. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever a bank loans money, they get all their principal back, they get all their interest back, plus a profit. Now,
Yep.
is this mortgage an asset or a liability to you and me?
That'd be a liability.
A liability, correct. Now, isn't it weird? Everything that we call an asset, the bank calls it a liability, and everything that we call a liability, the bank calls it an asset. Isn't that strange?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But who's got all the money?
The bank.
So whose thinking needs to change?
Ours.
Okay, That is everything that Nelson's talking about. He's attempting to share with his audience how they can change their thinking. We've been conditioned for generations, we've been conditioned to only be a customer of a bank and never an operator of a bank.
Mm.
So when this money comes back in, this from the mortgage, are they going to let that, is the bank going to let that money sit, or are they going to move it?
Oh, they're going to move it.
Okay, they're going to find somebody that wants one of these. I'm going to say that's going to be 6%. And then maybe somebody who wants to remodel their house, maybe 8%. And then a debt consolidation, maybe 12%. Now, wasn't this all the same money going out and coming back, going out and coming back?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I want to make sure that we're in agreement on this next part before we proceed. Are you with me?
Yes.
Did the bank take any additional did the bank take any additional risk when they made these loans? The house, the car, the remodel, the debt consolidation. Did they take any additional risk?
No.
Okay, I'm in agreement with that because the risk is offset by the rate. You with me?
Yep.
A good banker takes a net zero risk when he makes a loan. And what happens when bankers take a whole bunch of risk?
They lose money potentially.
2000 2008. Okay.
Yep.
Kind of the whole economy falls apart. Without banking, nothing else can happen. All right. So they took, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit here. No additional risk. Did they have to work any harder to make these loans?
Nope.
Okay. No work. Did they ever lose control of the money?
No.
Now, they made 2% or they paid 2%, correct?
Yep.
Now I'm going to cheat a little bit. It's actually not cheating. It makes it clearer to see. I'm going to take away the percent sign and I'm actually going to put a dollar sign. So if they paid $2 for the deposit and they made $5 on the house, 5 minus 2 is,
3.
okay, so they paid 2 and they made 3. Okay. 6 minus 2 is,
4.
so they made $4 on the car. 8 minus 2
6.
is 6. And then 12 minus 2 is
10.
10. So if we add all those up, 10 plus 6 is 16, 16 plus 4 is 20, and 20 plus 3 is 23. So didn't they spend $2 and make $23?
Yep.
Now, if you invested, let's say $2 million in the stock market and you made 23 million, would you be pretty proud of yourself?
I would.
Okay. Isn't that if you take 23 and divide it by 2, what you get is 11 and a half, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so they made 11 and a half times what they paid, correct? That's
Yep.
a 1,150% rate of return. Now, that's what a bank does. You can go to Bauer Financial Reports, and all you have to do is look up their income statement, and you look at interest income versus interest expense, and what you will get is somewhere between 700 and 2,000%, depending on how that bank is doing at that time. This is normal for commercial banks. Are you with me?
Yep.
Now, how much money was put into this in the beginning?
100,000.
Whose?
Mine.
So they took no additional risk. They didn't have to work any harder. They made 1,000% rate of return. They never lost control of the money and they never put in any of their own money. Would you agree?
Yep.
Would you like to own one of these?
Yeah, I would.
That's why we're talking. That's why Nelson did this seminar, and that's why everybody begged him to make it into a book
Okay.
so that more people could know how to think like this. In the world of infinite banking, there are two types of people. There are people who are becoming their own banker, and there are people, which is the name of this book, and there are people who are becoming their own policy owner.
Okay.
The people who become their own policy owner are the people who are thinking all of this as though it's some kind of life insurance thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, except that I've consistently seen that people who become their own life insurance owner don't usually end up liking their life insurance policies very much, even if they're perfectly designed for cash flow and everything else. Who are becoming their own banker think like this. And the people who think of all of this and all of this like this end up being very happy with their policies. Because as Nelson says in the book, these whole life policies really aren't insurance at all. It's a misnomer. Remember when he talked about the conquistadors finding potatoes in South America and the
Mhm.
agronomists mislabeled them as poisonous? Okay,
Yep.
it's the same thing here. Our brain is so powerful and the conditioning that we've been through is so powerful that if we think of all this as life insurance, then that's the way it's going to be in our lives. And you'll be stuck. If we think of it this way, having traveled the country and watched people learn this and helped people learn this over and over and over and over and over again, the people that think of it this way, everything just consistently makes sense to them. And they're becoming their own banker. If we veer off into thinking of it as life insurance, then every year when the premium notice comes in the mail, we just view it as a bill, and it just becomes some expensive bill that we pay into something and we don't understand. So this right here is becoming your own banker on one page. You with me?
Yep.
Awesome.